Hey guys, thank you so much for joining tonight's call, Plug Your Pipeline with Follow-Up. I am super excited about tonight's call because we all have our weakness and follow-up is my weakness. So I have my pen and paper and I'm really, really excited to take notes on this call. So as you guys know, I was so inspired by Mr. Nieves' call about your recruiting pipeline that I decided to organize this 4-part series. And as I reached out to all different leaders, I got suggestions of different people who should be teaching each call. And the one place I couldn't find a good person for who was available was for follow-up. So I reached out to Mr. Nieves and told him what I was doing, and he was so excited and just offered to do this call for us, which I was thrilled about because obviously I can't teach a call about something that I struggle with. I am really excited to have him here tonight to explain the importance of follow-up and the system to following up, because really you need multiple exposures in your business to get someone to understand our vision and what we have for them here. And follow-up is the only way that you can do that. And I'm even more excited to have Mr. Nieves here speaking to us because he is just so humble and caring. He's always willing to take time out of his day. And really, this is a huge reason why I love this company so much, is because everyone, no matter where they are in the business, is here to help one another. And to have someone who is the top purple diamond in the company willing to get on this call for us to help plug this pipeline hole so that we can continue to succeed in this business and not even question it. I mean, he has thousands of people below us that he could have recommended, and he just offered his own time up, which is so valuable, really meant the world to me. So you guys all know his story. I'm not going to go into it and waste any of his time. I'm going to unmute him right now and let's get started. So, Mr. Nieves, the mic is yours.
Mrs. Shaw, how is everybody doing? Thank you so much, Ms. Shaw, for an amazing, lovely words you said. Thank you so much, and I certainly, above all things, I can see, I can recognize your leadership, and because I'm sure there's a lot of people that saw that pipeline and said, "Man, I wish we could elaborate that more," but didn't say anything. So that what you just did really showed leadership by just taking initiative and putting this together. So that to me, when you told me you were doing this, I was like, of course I want to be a part of it. Heck yeah, anything you put together, I want to be a part of. So thank you very much for that. So guys, I'm gonna go right into it because this is a topic that is one of my favorite topics to talk about, because the fortune is in the follow. You see, when I was getting started in the business, my mentor said, David, the fortune is in the follow-up. You see, most people don't get started the first time, maybe 20, 25%. He says, so you got another 75% of people that see the business that you could potentially be missing if you don't master how to follow up properly. And you got to realize that most follow-up, and this is just statistics throughout the industry of direct sales, and the same thing applies to here, that most people don't, it takes more than 2 follow-ups. In fact, but sad, again, statistics show that less than 12% of people follow up a second time. So what does that mean? It means that we're leaving a lot of potential business partners on the table. It means we're leaving a lot of potential people that opportunities to impact more people's lives. That's what it means. So what I want to do is just take a few minutes and just talk about this important topic. And I'm going to fly through this information. I'm actually in my car, as you can tell. I was just leaving the gym, and something that I'm committed to every single day. So Michelle knows what we're talking about. So here we go. Let me go ahead and go into it. I'm going to turn my camera around for you guys since I did it in my notepad. So the fortune is in the follow-up. And you can forgive my handwriting, but I'm going to be noting you guys. First of all, you got to realize that we follow up. Follow-up has to happen, and I didn't put it here, but as quickly. And I would say ASAP, and within 48 hours, you have to follow up. You have to. And can anybody guess why and why you have to follow up so quickly? Can anybody guess? Can we guess that emotions are the best when when the iron's hot? That's when we strike. So when someone sees this, they have a level of enthusiasm they're leaving this with. So if we wait too long, what happens is the enthusiasm over time, especially 48 hours, because what happens in 48 hours? In 48 hours, they're already talking to people, aren't they? They're talking to their friends, kind of testing the waters, asking people this, asking people that. And if you test the waters with a wrong individual that has no experience in network marketing, no sense of what the industry of wellness and the nutraceutical industry is going, no sense of any business period, and then these are the people that I'm asking your business. They're asking their business opinion, their opinion on nutraceuticals, their opinion on the industry that they have no idea about. They're in danger of talking to that person. And so in 48 hours, if we're not sending people already with the right type of follow up, and I'm going to go over a few ideas to follow up just right now. If we're not doing, what happens is we're essentially killing them. Have you ever talked to anybody and then 48 hours they disappear? And has that ever happened to you before? Jim Rohn calls it the birds. What happened? The birds got them. That's just how what happens. The birds sometimes gonna get you. But I'm gonna give you some ideas on how we can increase the percentages in our favor. Because remember, everything I show you, nothing works 100%. But it's about increasing the percentages in your favor so you can have a much better shot in doing everything possible that we can for that individual to get started. Because what's sad is that person could have gotten started, but we didn't do our part. That's sad. So what I want to do, I just want to give you some ideas. Let's talk about this real quick. Turn my camera around again. So here's the form of follow up. The follow up, we want to send them home with a product. We know that already. The product is incredible, right? The product. Why the product? Because it creates results in people's lives. And they're a baby boomer, by all means, you better give them at least 2 weeks of that. Baby boomers love this product. We have such a high conversion on the baby boomers. Obviously, they've been alive longer than most people, so their cells have been regenerating and generating for many, many years. Which, what does Kyani do? Kyani repairs every cell in your body, doesn't it? So the product. Facebook pages. This is something that we all know. Great Facebook pages to tag people and add them to the two Facebook pages we have. We also have it in Spanish. Did you guys know that we have Wellness Simplify in Spanish, and we also have DFY System in Spanish? So you can even recruit people that speak Spanish, and they might not even know what you're talking about. But guess what? You can tag them, add them to a page, have a little dialogue with them, and say, hey, listen, you'll be great at this business that I'm actually launching here, and we're launching this market in the Spanish market as well. When I'm looking for key people, you might not understand, but I'm going to tag you on Facebook. Yeah, you on Facebook here, and tag them on a few testimonials. So remember that, guys. Don't limit yourself. So Facebook pages, three-way Zoom and chats. Any three-way Zoom. When somebody sees the business, immediately I want to set up a three-way Zoom with my upline. I was setting up three-way calls with Mr. Bradford immediately. In fact, I used to do it the very same day, like literally the very same day. The time, if possible, right after the meeting, I will call my upline, Mr. James Bradford, top producing Jay at the time. I was like, I'm gonna introduce you to my Jay, bro. This guy's killing it. And they were like, oh my God, we're gonna talk to you. What is he? He said, Jay, man, he's been in the business for like a month. So it's like they don't know. I edify my upline. I add him on a three-way call right there right there after the PDR finish, but definitely within 48 hours. Or you can start a three-way chat these days too, right? We do that with RP3 ATF. So what's another form of follow? A webinar. A webinar is great, live or pre-recorded. I just want to get the information again for them to understand. Again, what's another one? This is one of my favorites, and most people don't think about this. A close relative or friend's testimonial. This is key, because what happens is I didn't get, you see, I don't know if you guys understand my story, is that I didn't get recruited by just the business. I got recruited by my mother's testimonial. I tried the product and I was like, all right, James. I mean, I'm working out 5 days a week. I'm doing Zumba 4 days a week. I'm doing yoga 3 days a week. I mean, I was like, I'm just recovering from having 2 broken feet, so I went crazy back to the gym. I was like locked up. And when I went back to the gym, and then James brought me this product, I didn't feel it right away. I didn't feel any different. I was like, okay, cool. But my mother felt the difference. So you know what? That was the best type of follow-up for me. So how many people are we leaving at the table by those people that don't have a result personally right away, because sometimes it takes time. It might even take 90 days. In fact, the doctors of our Kayanis say 90 days. That's what they give it. It just so happens that sometimes People feel benefit in 24 hours, don't they? Have you ever seen people that feel the benefit in 24 hours? They're already feeling it. I personally didn't understand that. I was like, really? You feel it already? That's incredible. But at the same time, how many people are we not leaving in the table because we should have talked to their relatives? They're already start tap rooting. Already start talking to their people. Who do you know that has something that this product could benefit? Has high blood pressure. That could get. Let's give them this product as well. You try it as well, but you're super healthy, so just keep trying. You know what it's gonna do. But let's give it to your grandmother. You said she has arthritis. She has pain. Let's give her a triangle to her. So that's a great form of follow up, guys. Okay, let's keep going here. Um, uh, a live event. Live event. Okay, and I want you guys to look at this. The bigger the event, the bigger the impact. I want you to write this down, highlight it, and put a check mark like I did right here. I underlined it and I put a check mark right into it because I want you guys to understand that a live event, the bigger the event, and what's a live event? This could be a one-on-one, right? That's a live event. What's another one live event? A PBR. That's a live event. A regional, woohoo, yeah, that's a live event. That type of follow-up, forget it. People feel the emotion, they see the success. And international, forget about it. It's game over. People that come to international, imagine someone seeing the presentation, and if someone tells me, in fact, if someone tells me, David, I only have money to sign up or to go to the international, I tell you, don't sign up yet. Go to the international. And I want you to see this because that's the best type of follow-up. It's like, this is getting better than that. That's a dream come true when you have that type of follow-up. And we have right now an opportunity to show people the business and bring them as a follow-up to international. And just say, you know what, you want to really check this out. You want to see this from the inside, and you want to see what Kanye is all about. Come to Orlando, Florida with me. You're going to see people there. They're from all sorts of from all 64 different countries winning at this company. You're going to see the doctors talking about the science behind the product, meet the founders and catch the vision of the company and what we want to do. This is the best way. I tell people this all the time. I say it is better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have one and not be prepared. So why don't we just go there first and check it out? And you're going to go to Orlando, have a great time, Disney World. I mean, don't make me convince you to have to come to Disney World with me, please. I would do that, but don't make me do it because I'll do it. So that's the best type of follow-up. I'm joking, but I'm at the same time I'm serious. It's the best type of impact will be that type of follow-up. Okay, guys. And here's another type of follow-up. Look at this. Your success. Your success is an amazing follow-up system where you can have something to talk about. Like you can call your friend again that didn't say hi, say, hey, how you doing that business? I just got my first promotion. Then the next conversation, 2 months later, how you doing your business? Oh man, I'm getting checks in my mail like all the time. Like they just keep coming. And how you doing in the business? So every few months, your success will always talk. I just got my car. Oh, how you doing in the business? Oh, great. My car is being paid for by my company. I mean, what else can I say? I got a new car that is paid for. I love it. So it's the more you follow up like that, you can talk to people, say hi to, and your success, or some type of testimony. Oh, I just gave the product to my grandmother. My grandma has arthritis, 90% of her body, and she took it, and now it's incredible. She's doing things she hasn't done in 10 years. Like so, all this is a form of follow-up. So your success and any type of success around you, talking about that is a form of follow-up as well. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things that people talk to me all the time. What about relentlessness, aggressiveness? What about that? Because see, people ask me all the time, how aggressive should I be? How relentless should I be in this part, right? They ask us that all the time. And here's what I relate this to. What some people communicate relentlessness and aggressiveness, what some people communicate that to their mind, it's actually something else. It's actually enthusiasm. That's actually what it is. You know, if you look at a person that's excited, the way they also have the tendencies of someone who is also having a big of a a bit of a nervous. It's also nervous, right? What happens when you're excited? Your heart accelerates, your palms get sweaty, right? You maybe your mind is a little more your mind's going faster than your mouth, maybe. So so what happens when you're nervous? Your heart accelerates, your palms excited, your mind won't stop. So what happens is that it's the same symptoms, but some people just learn how to communicate that to themselves what that means. I hope this is making sense. I really hope. But here's how it works. Feelings become um, thoughts become feelings, feelings become actions. But in reality, I can even take it deeper. A thought, it doesn't just become a feeling. The meaning you give that thought becomes a feeling. Me and you can think the same thought, but we give it different types of meanings. It creates different types of feelings inside of us. They create different types of what? Actions. Action repeated over time becomes a habit. Habits form our destiny. Okay, I took a little further, but here's what I want. My whole point is that some people communicate relentlessness and aggressiveness, and they say, "Oh, I'm just uncomfortable of that." You got to change your communication to it. Because what it really is that you have to show your enthusiasm. You got to show how excited you are about this. And enthusiasm is just the word enthusiasm comes from the Greek word entheos, which literally means God within, light from within. You just got to open up. That's what enthusiasm is. You opening up and just letting people, and that's scary at times. By the way, I get it because your enthusiasm also opens up also opens you up for criticism, and we're afraid of that, aren't we? So since it opens us up for criticism, we kind of shut it down. But the same walls that keeps criticism out also keeps everything good that comes from you opening up out to as well. So it's a hard decision. I get it, but you got to let your enthusiasm out. You got to open up. And guess what? We're all doing it. You're not alone. Well, I'm telling you something that I did, and the reason I can guide you through this because I went through this mental bananas that I went through right here, this war zone in my head of doing something and being so afraid to get criticized by other people. So it was a mental war zone that I just had to redo a brain lobotomy because it was so much loud. It was so loud in here. So I'm telling you that you got to let enthusiasm. You want to follow up. You follow up with your enthusiasm. You ask Miles Stallers how the heck did he go sapphire in the first 8 days of his business. How did he do that? He did that because he was fired up. He was enthusiastic. He was just so jacked up. It was ignorance on fire, and he was jacked out of his mind. That's how he did it. So we just gotta open up, and don't worry about what other people's opinions are. They're not. People's opinion says more about them than it says about you. By the way, because the people see the world who they are. That's how you see the world, through you. So it says everything about them, not you, because they're seeing the world through who they are. The problem is that we worry so much about what they're saying. That's the problem. We worry so much about their world. Forget about how they see us, and just focus on opening up. Okay, that's the best thing I can give you. So here's So I put it here, enthusiasm, with this little star next to it. That's the key. You got to open up, okay? And also once you start doing that, it reveals confidence. That's what it says. In posture. So the posture is this. The posture is, and I'm gonna read it to you, the question, because I know it's my handwriting is not that pretty. Okay, if you know where acres of diamonds were located, and all you needed was a team to dig with, how relentless or enthusiastic will you be in selling shuffles to your friends and family? Will you be just a little timid about it? Or will you be jacked up selling? How much is a shuffle? $599, or if you want the good one, it's $12.99. I recommend the good one because you're gonna dig faster and you're gonna find more diamonds faster. $12.99 shovels for sale. Let's do this. I know exactly where the mind's at. That's the posture you have. That's the posture. Okay, so it's very, 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 very important. Okay, just to last tip of the day. Here we go. I put tip of the night. Here we go. It's called personal touch equals continuing follow up. This is I like little easy equations to think about. Personal touch equals continuing follow up. What does that mean? In real estate, the follow up is crucial in real estate. In fact, they teach you in real estate, business real estate school. They teach you that you gotta follow up in many different ways. Sometimes they send you a mail. Sometimes they give you a magnet. Sometimes they give you a birthday gift. If they have your information, they email you. That what they're doing is they're touching you. Personal touch, personal touch, personal touch. Why? Because when the day that you come to buy a house, and you will one day, that when that day comes, they want to have already that fingerprint in you where all you think about is so and so real estate. That's all you think about. It's the same thing here. Very same way. Your personal touch is continuing follow up. It doesn't stop. You're just because you got to realize sometimes it's about timing in people's lives. And some people that are not interested in the business right now, 6 months from now, they lost their job. 6 months from now, they got divorced. 6 months from now, they got into a fight with their boss. And now their situation changed. I cannot wait to get out of this job. Wait a minute. Where's Susan Shaw? Remember Susan Shaw gave me about that opportunity? Yeah, let me call her up. That's exactly how it works. But you have to do the personal touch, continually follow up. So I wrote down here, it's about timing in your touch at the right time. I'll say that one more time. It's about timing in your touch at the right time. And when you find that right time, it's magic happens. Because when somebody waits a year to sign up, and then they've been looking at you, watching you, and now they're ready to pull the triggers because they're ready to pull the trigger. I remember following one guy for almost a year, maybe more than a year. Easily, I followed him for 16 months, just saying hi, calling up, checking up on him. Every time I'm in town, I say, hey, let's go have lunch. And I didn't talk about business. He knew. He asked me anyways. I didn't have to talk about it. He was asking me. 6 months into it, he wasn't ready. 12 months into it, he wasn't ready. 16 months into it, guess where? I caught him at the right time. He got into a fight with somebody in his company. The things that were promised were not working out so right. I was there at the right time. He got started, goes and embraced records. Goes Blue Diamond in very, very short time. So and this happens all the time. But it was my personal touch and continuing follow-up that did it. Because a lot of people were talking to him about it. A lot of people were talking to him. That couple, a lot of people were trying to talk to them. So it was just my continuing touch that did it. So guys, remember, follow-up is the key. It's an art. I want you guys to really look at this business as an art. It's an art form. You don't. When does the artist say I made it? They don't. An artist keeps evolving. They keep getting better. They keep going and just exploring new grounds about themselves, because that's the only exploration that you can do, by the way, because everything you do, you see it through these lenses. So you're really exploring yourself. An artist does this. And I invite you to not only apply that in your life, but apply it in your business. See this as a 10, 20-year career. I see it that way. I promise you, there's statistics that show some incredible statistics that over 98% of people that make it 10 years in a company make it to the top of that company. 98%. And how do you like those statistics? And I'm talking about people that are doing it, not just sitting in a company, right? No, I'm talking about people like you, that you're actually working it. It's 98% success rate within 10 years. And I want you to look at it as an art form. Something that you're just evolving doing, and it's fun, it's high. It's not supposed to be. Yes, I get it. Getting out of your comfort zone is sometimes can be a little, not frustrating, but it can be a little scary. It really can be. I get it. But man, what a reward is there when you get uncomfortable in the morning that you wake up and you wake up freaking A, I did it. And you have that moment, right? It's like, I can't believe I did it. I stood up in front of the people and I spoke. I can't believe I did it. I actually sponsored my first person. I got my first customer. That right there it happens continually, and keep doing that. Those moments make everything worth it. Make it worth it. And in the moments that you don't get those, because it's not about just volume, it's about effort. Okay, continuing effort produces massive results. So it's about the effort if you continually do. You don't. It's like you can't work out one day and just think you have results. It's continually effort, putting something. I travel. Sometimes I travel. You know what I do when I travel? I'm working out in my room. I'm doing jumping jacks. I do it 400 squats, 200 push-ups, dips. I'm doing everything I can in there. And I do that because I'm just trying to get it in. That's it. I'm trying to put effort in, because if I put effort in, eventually I know that I'll get the results. It's just about effort. I don't care about what type of results. It's just about effort. Put the effort in your business every single day. Enjoy it. Grow with it. Know that the growth is not a race. It's a campaign. You hear me? It's a campaign. You're campaigning, and this is a continuing campaign for your growth that you're destined to reach and to become, and one day it turns into a beautiful legacy for yourself. And what a day that is. And when we can live behind and we can look back at the end of our days, 85, 90, 100 years or so for some of us. And we say, we lived it, and we did it well in that country, and I made a contribution to somebody else, not just my children. I left it all behind, and I stepped out. So that to me is it's a beautiful picture one day. So have a great day, guys. Love every single one of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanshaw, for everything and for your leadership again. I truly respect you and everything, your entire team and everything you guys are doing.
Thank you so much for your time today, Mr. Nieves. That was amazing. I got some really good key points that I'm excited to put back into my business. And you're totally right about the enthusiasm and the continuous effort. Those are definitely huge factors into success with this business. And thank you so much for your kind words about me. I truly love this business and our mission as a company, and I couldn't be happier to be involved in what we are doing to change the world. And the other big point that you brought to mind is the factor that not everyone fully understands what we are trying to do, guys. And his point about doing that follow-up within 48 hours is huge for that specific reason. Most people don't understand what we have in our hands, and if you miss that opportunity, you 100% are going to lose some people. So thank you again so much for your time tonight, Mr. Nieves. This was incredible. I'm looking forward to our accountability call tomorrow night, and I will be excited to see you in Orlando in less than 2 weeks. So I hope you guys have a great night. I did record this, and I will post it on the team page. So if anyone on your team missed this, definitely make sure to tag them in the post. Have a great night, guys.